Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Swin, Director of Franchise Development for the New York Liberty. I'm on with my girl, Jen from Brooklyn, and you're watching Ladies First.
Hey, what's up? It's your good Jen from Brooklyn. Today is a very special day. I've been waiting to get an amazing, incredible female athlete on Ladies First. As many of you know, if you don't know, I'm a big sports head. And today I have her. She is, if I go down the list, three-time WNBA champion. She's won 2 national titles with UConn, 2 Olympic gold medals. The list goes on and on. The one and only Swin Cash.
Hey, Jen. Happy to be here.
Oh, my God. I'm so happy for you to be here. When I heard you were coming through, I was like, yes, I need to have her. She is one of the epitome of reasons of Ladies First and what she is. Just everything you've done in your career, it's just outstanding. And that's just the minimum of what I just said. Now you're with the New York Liberty working behind the scenes, at the office, right?
Yeah, front office. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. So I was named Director of Franchise Development, first of its kind. So I work, it's a hybrid, first of its kind, an NBA or WNBA side. So I work on the business and basketball side. Very exciting. It's exciting to be a woman, to go into uncharted territories and hopefully pave the way for other women to come behind you.
So with these type of positions, is it normally a man, not to be a man hater, in that role? I mean, do the women obviously WNBA, but just in general, do they get these type of positions?
It happens more so, yeah. Okay. I think if you look at the front office for sports in general, I would say that the NBA, WNBA is probably the most diverse, and it's gotten a number of awards for having that diversity and inclusion. But I think that the WNBA, why it was so important for our team president, Isaiah Thomas, and the New York Liberty organization to bring me in, is because they wanted to make sure that we're giving a pipeline to our players who have the skill set, who have the passion, and want to have the opportunity to be in the front office. So I'm very happy to have this position. But at the same time, I know that there are other women around the league that want the same opportunity.
Yes, but only Swin Cash is in this role for the New York Liberty, damn it. And I got to ask you, I hope in your role you're able to kind of elevate the game and also the team and the franchise itself, because let's be honest, the exposure the WNBA has is very limited. And I don't know why that is, especially because there's so many amazing players in the league. Yeah. But do you find do you think you're going to try to do that?
Part of my job is to not only help our players on the court, but also off the court. And I have a passion that if our players grow their brands individually, then collectively with the organization, we're going to continue to grow our league. Keep in mind, the WNBA is still 21 years young, but there are a number of layers behind why I personally think, and which I've spoken out and said a number of times, that and until we address the issues of why women's basketball so popular with our youth, and then why it kind of trickles off once it gets to the WNBA. I mean, look at our league. We're diverse, we're inclusive, and we're a majority of African-American women. And so people who don't want to deal with social issues of why we don't get the same exposure, why, when we're up against, let's say, women's soccer that comes around every 4 years or every 2 years, the whole country goes bananas, but you have this league that's the best in the world. Not just our country, like in the world. We have players outside of our country that want to come play here. And so we have to take care of this, because I tell you right now, if the WNBA was to go away, we'll have women marching up and down Fifth Avenue and talking about the empowerment we have to have. But our women have to start supporting women.
So you think that's the reason why?
I think we have to start there. I think we can't expect that a male-driven media is going to write about the stories of a WNBA. It's going to talk about the players. Women have to support women, not only in sports, but in every aspect. We have to be mentors. We have to be the ones that are getting our young girls into these positions, not only be at the table, but I like to say at the head of the table where you're making the decisions.
Preach on, because that's, seriously, but that's a lot of the issues that the women out here, even in my industry, even the entertainment world, like it's just something about, I don't know if it's about competition or if it's worrying about, someone's hotter than you, but the support system is just not there how it used to be.
One of the issues really is that women see that there's so many roles that are limited for us. So if you see that one woman,
you're afraid she's going to just
you're afraid that she's going to take your position. We have to start realizing that all those positions are open. It can't just be about, okay, they're only going to have one woman, so she's it. I have to compete with her. No, it's about getting those doors open for all those other positions. And I tell this to young girls all the time. Sports isn't about only people that play on the court. Like what I'm doing now in the front office, we have people that are producing behind the scenes, television, all those different things. Those jobs are there in sport. You just have to figure out which one you're passionate about and then go after it.
You heard that? Swin Cash with them gems.
Trying to drop them.
You're doing it. You did mention social issues. I know the New York Liberty was involved a lot with the Black Lives Matter movement. So I was just curious. Obviously, it's still something that's going on now. Unfortunately, very sad and disgusting. But is the organization going to continue to support that or find new ways?
Absolutely. And I think that's been the big question. Is last year our players were committed to not only using their voices and platform, but they did that last year. And so we then had an opportunity to take a step back. We worked with Rise, and we sat down with our players and said, what do you want to do this year? Because you have to take that moment into a movement and be able to give back. And so coming up, we have different things that have been happening this year so far. Our players being engaged, bringing in different people to talk to them about how they can use their platforms, what they're going to do in the community. But on August 20th, we have a unity game, first of its kind in the WNBA, where we're going to be bringing in people on the platform. We're partnering with Rise. We have panel discussions. We want to now make our fans knowledgeable about what's happening with these social injustice issues. So I'm just really happy to be part of an organization like the New York Liberty that's innovative, that's progressive, that understands that if we don't talk about these issues and have a clear conversation, if we don't give the resources to help these organizations and to change policy at some point, then we're still going to be spinning our wheel like a hamster in there. And our players are committed to it. The organization's committed to it. And I'm excited that coming up, we're going to have an opportunity to celebrate that with the city of New York.
It's time for change. I'm so glad you guys are doing it. I hope I can be there to witness it all too. Just throwing that in there.
Absolutely. Anytime. Come on.
Let's talk about basketball real quick because I can't let you leave without talking about what you've done. And I read your blog post. It's a blog post or an open letter on Players Tribune when you retired. Tugs at my heartstrings what you wrote. And after 15 years in the league and retiring, I mean, what made you just decide this is it for me? I'm done.
You know,
as a player at least.
It's never an easy thing to do. And I really just have to give a shout out to Jess and the Players Tribune. They really work with me because that was such an intimate piece to be able to write and create and pour everything out into it. But what I realized, Jen, was that when you know, you know. And the thing that I knew is that my heart was being pulled in other directions to be able to give back, to be able to help the players, to be able to grow. And so I felt it was time to close that door. And when I got this opportunity with the New York Liberty, I said, this is a way for me to still stay connected to the game and give back, but to pursue and do other things that God's placing on my heart. And so I really just took some time to pray about it. You know, my husband, I worked with him and talked to him about it. And then, we just, had a year, a few months ago past January, I signed with the Liberty, and now, I'm expecting a little boy coming here in a few months.
Congratulations. So yes, if you couldn't tell, yes, congratulations. How far along are you?
I'm 7 months, but thank you, Mark Jacobs, for having a shirt that's big enough to fit over me right now.
And there's a future baller in that belly right there, I'm sure. But how long did it take you to write that open letter? Because you said a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, we took some time.
And it, I had no idea that you actually had a cancer scare.
Yeah, I did.
So I'm very, very happy that it didn't turn into a super, super serious thing. How was it dealing with that?
It was a lot. It was a lot because it was at a time when I was going through a storm, of just everything was happening. My personal life was off the rails. Basketball was getting off the rails. My body was kind of failing on me. And then you get hit with this whole scare. And it's like, what are you going to do? And I tell people this all the time. For me, whenever they found that tumor in my kidney, I had to cry that thing out. You got to cry it out. You got to get back to your faith. And you say, okay, what do I need to do to fight? What do I need to do to be thankful that I found this early enough? And I say this to people all the time. a lot of times when you're standing in the rain, we hate standing in the rain, right? Your hair's getting wet, you're getting soaked or whatever. But you always know when that rain stops, the sunshine comes out and you get to the other side and you see the rainbows, you see that light. And that was it for me. Sometimes we go through the storms, and that was one of the biggest storms that I had to go through. But when I got to the other side, like, life was good. I was better for it by going through some of the stuff that I went through. And that's why I wrote my book, Humble Journey, More Precious Than Gold, and kind of talked about that. And I've just been having different growth. I played 15 years in the WNBA, but I felt like I lived like just one of many lives throughout that, a lot of adversity. And now I'm excited about what's next. And that's why I just keep telling, like, women, we have to continue to support each other, because we're all going through something at some point in time, but there are people that are strong enough to stand there with you. And I had such a great support system.
Well, you're resilient. Now you're at the front office at the New York Liberty.
Trying to be a boss.
You are a boss, girl. Stop playing. Listen, we got championships. You got, gold medals and stuff. How was that, winning a gold medal with the USA team?
It was amazing. Think about it. Like, for me, as a young kid growing up in the projects outside of, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, you think about just, I want to get my education. I want to go off to school. Like, the Olympic team was so far ahead that I never thought about that. And then all of a sudden, like, boom, you're one of 12 women standing there on a stage representing
the
your
world.
whole country. And, like, the world's looking at you and you're like, jeez. But, the great thing about the New York Liberty is, like, one of our star players, Tina Charles, she has 2 Olympic gold medals too, from right here in Queens. We got another player, Epiphany Prince, from Brooklyn. I like to call her BK's finest.
Okay,
we got Kia Vaughn from the Bronx. So we have girls on our team
all
that
from around
New York City. So when you come and show up for games, you're not just showing up just only for the team and for the city. Like, you got your own. And so that's why I'm just really happy to be here in New York, because I feel like we can really put our arms around this team, because these are your ladies. Like, they represent everyone here. Like, they all had dreams when they were younger in New York, and now they're playing at home. Like, come on, it don't get any better than that.
I know. I now that I know that, because I didn't know that actually they were from here.
Yeah.
So definitely let's all support our women playing basketball from New York City. And do you feel like you're a true New Yorker now since you lived here?
Well, I will tell you this. I feel like I have been adopted by the city.
Okay, that's fine.
Adopted,
we'll take that.
Through and through, my bloodline goes back to Pittsburgh, McKeesport area.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. Penguins are playing right now, so I'm excited for them. And, football. But I support all the New York teams, because when I played here for 3 years, all the players and the team supported me. So absolutely, this is my adopted home right now. So.
Well, listen, when we think of New York Liberty, we definitely think of you. You're in line with Rebecca Lobo, Teresa Weatherspoon.
Shout out to Teaspoon. She's with the organization too. She's doing great things. So
incredible. Swin, thank you so much for coming through.
Anytime.
I'm so excited. Thank you again. Thank you. But just to have you here and just to talk about your story, and really inspiring all the girls out there, all the girls trying to be ballers.
Yeah.
Saying that it's possible for you. You can make it into a wonderful league like this and do more than just play ball. Really help out the communities.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Yeah. But Swin, I'm not done with you yet.
Okay.
I hope you're into games.
I'm in.
You like games?
Yeah,
okay, cool. Yeah, of course you should like games. Damn it! Three WNBA championships, 2 national titles at UConn, and 2 Olympic gold medals. So. It is called This or That.
Okay.
All right. So it's just 6 questions.
Okay.
2 things are going to pop up on the screen. So it might be, I don't know, shoes or shirts. And you got to pick either one.
Okay.
All right. It's very simple.
All right.
You ready? This or That with Swin Cash. McKeesport, Pennsylvania, or New York?
Oh.
That's your hometown.
You know what? I'm a hometown girl through and through. I love you, New York, but I'm going with this.
Okay. Game nights at home or ventures with the family?
You know what? Game nights at home.
What game do you play? I'm so good at Taboo.
Oh my goodness! Really you know what? I think we have some games. What is it? The Jenga.
Yes.
And I love that one. But there's one that I probably would not play. Only adults play. that human game where you're flipping the cards. Oh my goodness!
Which one?
I think it's oh my goodness, Humanity.
I've never heard of that.
Yes,
before. I'm gonna look
Games
that
of
up.
Humanity. That's a good one, but only for adults. Kids can't play that. Yes,
okay. Kids,
pretty hilarious.
Make sure you don't play that. New York Liberty legend Rebecca Lobo or Teresa Weatherspoon?
Oh,
if you had to.
B is my UConn girl, but she Teaspoon breathes, eats, sleeps New York. She is New York. Like she's the original OG. So
right.
I gotta go with Teaspoon. Yes.
Teaspoon, okay. This one has been an argument in sports forever now, but I'm curious to see your take on it. Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan?
Oh my goodness, you guys are not gonna do this to me. Okay, so check this out. I grew up watching MJ, but I grew up and was more of a peer with Kobe. So for my era and everything, 15 years, Kobe was 20. I'm gonna have to go with Kobe.
Kobe, because you know him.
Because I had more of the relationship.
What if it was the game?
If it was the game, I mean, MJ definitely is the GOAT, but then you would have to put Kobe, MJ, and LeBron in there because LeBron's all in that category, that conversation now too.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it at Kobe and keep it moving. Okay. Rebounds or jump shots?
Rebounds and jump shots. You know what?
Balls off the board.
You know what? People who watch me play and know this, I'm very laid back off the court, but I like to get a little dirty and elbow. So I would say rebounds because I'm all about hitting somebody before they hit me. So
I love that. That's the way to do it.
I love the physicality. I love defense. And so I would say give me a rebound any day of the week.
Okay. Basketball movie. White Men Can't Jump or He Got Game.
Oh, dang it. So y'all just not gonna put love and basketball in here?
I was thinking about it. I did. I'm responsible, but I know everyone's gonna choose love and basketball.
Yes,
because that is the movie.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna have to go with.
But these two though, Swin. These are like
this is this is my UConn guy, Ray Allen. Like this, these are both like, I mean, how do you choose? But I'm gonna have to go with He's Got Game.
He Got Game.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you more anxious? Posing nude for ESPN's body issue because she's super fly in that, or your wedding day? What made you more anxious?
To be honest,
look how fly she is now.
I'm hoping I get that body back after this baby girl. I would have to say posing nude for ESPN the magazine. This was easy. This was like, let's do this. Let's go to Greece vacation. Shout out to my baby looking all handsome and everything. But no, it was posing nude. My mother had to encourage me. My husband and my fiance at the time had to encourage me. But when I stepped outside of that box, it was great.
Well, how was it on set though? Because everyone's watching you. Got 30 people. Trying to like position you correct.
No, we had shout out to my agents that really basically shut it down. I had the camera person that was there. I had my assistant that was on the set with me, and everyone else had to be gone. Couldn't even see the videos. Like they had to set everything up, and then they had to move to the other side. And they've made it. Shout out to ESPN the magazine too, because they made it so intimate that I felt comfortable enough. So like that, when that robe dropped, I still was like here, and I would get myself in position. So I really felt good about it. Like I felt like I had an intimate experience, and there wasn't like 30 or 40 people. Some people just walk around there freely.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I said I'm happy to take this picture, but it's baby steps for me.
Well, you looked amazing and incredible in it, and I hope one day to look like that too, if possible.
I'm hoping to get back there too.
Last question, okay? If you had to give back one of these, and it never happened, one of your WNBA championships or one of your Olympic gold medals?
Oh. This is a little tricky. I would have to say I would give back one of my WNBA championships because it would still equal out to having two of those and 2 Olympic gold medals.
See, you can't do it. Well, she just did that, actually. She tiptoed around. I'll let you go with that. I have one more for you, Swin. It's not on here, but I'm just curious. I'm sure everyone's asking you. Warriors or Cavs?
I know. I mean, after you saw game 1, right? So, before this series started, I had the Warriors in 6. But like I said, you can't count out LeBron James. You can never count him out. So I'm just hoping actually that I'm wrong and it goes to 7 and we get all great games.
I hope so. I'm praying because after game 1, we were
all in there though. We were all in there. Then the Warriors, that second half kind of pulled ahead.
And they just blew it out the water after that. But that's all right. That's fine. We'll see how they do do in these upcoming games. Swin Cash, thank you so much for coming through the Ladies
Thanks
First
for
again.
having me. Appreciate
Let
it.
them know all the stuff about New York Liberty, where they can find it, all the information.
Yes, you can go online, NewYorkLiberty.com. You can find out more about the team. You also can go all the social media channels, NY Liberty on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, everything you need to know. We're supporting this month. We have home games. The next 4 games are at home. Go online, get your tickets, come out to the Garden. Keep in mind, June 23rd, we have Pride Night. We're going to blow it out at the Garden. We'll have stuff on the concourse. We're going to be supporting the diversity and inclusion in our league. And then later on, we're going to be having a game in August, Unity Night, bringing back all the issues with social injustice and making sure our players have a voice and informing our fans about what's happening out there. We have the NYPD, we have Rise Foundation, everybody coming on board to make sure we're continuing to push this thing forward and change and show up for what matters for the New York Liberty.
I love it. Swin Cash, and maybe you'll catch me courtside on one of these games.
Yes,
Wink, wink.
You're there.
All right, I'm in the building. She said it. Swin Cash, Jen from Brooklyn. I'll see you next time. Ladies first.